I'm really not an engineer. I'm not educated in this at all. But out of necessity, I started building a home studio because the money is so tight now in the music business. Like everybody else, I started recording at home, and then it really captured me. I got hooked on it. Hooked on capturing the sounds that, out of the frustration when you play something, you go to the control room and it doesn't sound like you want to hear it. So that starts the whole process. How are we going to capture the sound that we love?
And at the same time, it's also become possible.
Exactly.
I mean, within the last maybe even 6-7 years.
It's accessible now, it's possible. And I don't have much high-end gear. I have just what I need. Then I got the possibility of trying out the TubeTech preamps and the compressor and the EQs. And we had a session down here actually with different preamps, and we tested it all, and the TubeTechs sounded great, but the other stuff did as well. And I think that's the thing. Sometimes when you A/B test stuff, you don't find out really what's the better product. But I had the opportunity to keep the TubeTechs down here for a while. And what I really discovered over time was that every time we had some files or some sounds that was great, that sat well in the mix, that took compression well, that took EQ well, that they were all recorded with the TubeTechs.
Okay.
So that's how I realized how good they are. So sometimes it takes time to really hear those small details that makes the whole difference. If you're a musician and not a skilled engineer, like me, it takes a bit longer time. So, but now I've grown to love them, and I gotta have me some of this stuff.
What about? I mean, you recorded a ton of tracks now from the drums and guitars, and
the bass is unbelievable. Through the TubeTechs. That was actually the first thing I discovered was when we ran the bass through these, and it just sat so well. It sounded so great. So it's like the best bass DI I've ever tried. It's so detailed, it's so rich, and I have a combination with 2 old Telefunken preamps here. So basically, whether it's drums or anything else, I never track more than four tracks, sometimes a bit more, but the main sound is with these 2 and 2 TubeTechs, and that combination is amazing because the TubeTechs give this rich high end. Sometimes you need to take it into real life to realize why it's good. And that's what I realized with the TubeTechs. It sits well in the mix. Sometimes when you work concentrated and you work fast, you got three songs going. Of course you pay attention to the details, but sometimes it's not until you open those songs a week later and you realize, why does that track sound so much more open? Oh, that was when I had the TubeTechs. You know,